Are you excited about the new Starfinder playtest with the biohacker?
Pathfinder?
No. Starfinder.
Pathfinder.
Starfinder. Star.
Path.
Nope.
Hi everybody, welcome to Game Gorgon. My name is Krug.
My name's Indigo.
Today we're here to talk to you about a new Pathfinder update.
No! We're going to be talking about the Starfinder playtest where they have released 2 possible future classes. We're going to be going over the biohacker this week, and then we're going to be going over the other one that I legitimately just forgot in my own head right now at a later date.
This is a little bit different from the way the Pathfinder playtest is working. It's not a full revamp of the game. They're just releasing 2 new classes to test amongst the community, kind of like the way Unearthed Arcana works.
Yeah, it's exactly like Unearthed Arcana.
Exactly like it. This is our first foray into making Starfinder content, so if you want to see more, maybe a deep dive into the mechanics of Starfinder or all the classes or whatever it is, let us know. Write in the comments, like the video, share it. If we get views on this, we'll obviously make more. That's how YouTube works.
If we get 2,000 likes on this video, we will... I'm gonna need you to subscribe and hit the bell icon.
I'm gonna need you to stop talking like that. That'd be great.
Sorry, is that not how YouTubers talk?
This video might go up in the algorithm because it detects that voice.
The first thing with the biohacker is its key stat, which is the stat that's most important for this class. What's really cool about it is that you actually get to choose between intelligence and wisdom. It's not just like, okay, I'm gonna be a dex-based or like a strength-based monk. These actually have long-running benefits and ramifications for the class as a whole. Based off of that decision depends on how other skills work for the class.
So it actually changes the way things behave,
yes,
as opposed to just well, now I can't grapple too good because I chose Dex.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just kind of lazy. It's just you can choose whatever.
For each level of biohacker that you take, you're gonna get 6 plus your intelligence in skills.
So that's actually kind of high. That's on the higher aspect of it. It's a very skill-based class.
Yeah. You're going to be proficient with light armor, basic melee weapons, small arms, and grenades.
Yeah, so it's not a large group of things.
Right, but that's probably not what this class is intended to do. Biohacker doesn't sound like something that's going to be in your face all the time. And
you say that.
Oh.
It actually is kind of an in-your-face class. I would actually kind of say it's a mix between an alchemist and a bard. Alkabard.
Balchemist.
Bartimus?
Bartimus?
Bartimus.
I like Bartimus.
All right, so the first feature is kind of just for flavor, which is custom scanner. At first level, you have the ability to make a custom scanner that can either go into a body slot, or it can go into an eye, or it can be just something that you hold. None of this actually... What? That it goes in your eye?
No, you said eye and pointed at your ear. I swear.
Well, I did this.
Play it back.
So it can go in your eye, but it doesn't take up a slot. So for example, if you put it in your arm, it doesn't take an arm slot for armor. What it does is it allows you to scan someone within 30 feet of you and get more information about that species.
Yeah, which makes sense because you're kind of like a mental-based class. That's going to be giving you the opportunity to use those stats more if you have more information.
Think of it kind of like a Spock, where it's just like you're gaining knowledge. You're trying to figure out, what is this? What is going on? What is this plant-based creature? What is in your...
How do I best kill it? At first level, you also get Injection Expert, which makes you proficient with weapons that have the injection property. This is gonna get really druggy sounding. I'm just gonna lay this out up front. Don't do drugs.
Now, these shirts aren't from space. They're from the Void. Over at Void Merch, you can check these out yourself if you like them. We do. They sent us over these, and we hope you like them as well. Check them out. There's a link in the description to their site, and you can buy some yourself.
When you're using an injection weapon, you're going to get a +1 attack bonus that's going to increase to +2 at level 9. And when you use an injection weapon on an ally, it doesn't do damage to them, but it still applies the injection effect. So it's just giving you more flexibility in sticking people.
The key thing to this is that the injection property has to be a part of the base item, and it can't be something that gets added onto a weapon later on. It's not like you can, get a sword and add an injection property.
A syringe to
the end. It doesn't work. It has to be an injection specific item. Now we get into injections, which is the basis behind this class. This is where it kind of reminds me of the Alchemist, because you gain a number of injections that you can make per day based off of your key ability plus intelligence or wisdom based off your key stat that you chose in the very beginning.
Yep.
And it takes you 10 minutes in the beginning of the
Yep.
day. They only work when it's in your hand. And if someone else gets a hold of it, it doesn't necessarily work. At the end of the day, it doesn't work. Oh, it also doesn't cost you anything to make them.
Yeah, that's a copy paste.
Alchemist's Infusion, boop, cool. But how they work is a little bit different because there are two basic types of injections.
Okay, I knew we were talking about Pathfinder.
The first part of the injection is the counter agent, which is basically a debuff that you apply to an enemy that you would inject. You're in their face, you inject them, and they get one of the following
Status
debuffs.
effects.
Yeah. The target takes a -2 penalty to AC.
Reduce the target's DR by 5. At 9th level, you instead reduce it by 10. At 17th level, you instead reduce it by 15. This can't reduce the target's DR below 0.
Reduce the target's resistance to one type of energy you choose by 5. At 9th level, you instead reduce it by 10. At 17th level, you reduce it by 15. This can't reduce the target's resistance below 0. It's a debuff that you can apply in different situations for different types of enemies. I like this because it's very much, how am I going to screw over my enemies and which way am I going to do it?
Next up is a restorative. That is kind of the opposite of a counter agent. This is a boon, something to aid an ally, not something to hurt an enemy. The duration of your restoratives is equal to your key ability modifier. You can give your allies things like a +1 enhancement bonus to their AC,
A +2 enhancement bonus to skill checks.
or a +10-foot enhancement to their speed.
Those all together are really awesome. They're not necessarily Healy bits. They're not like, oh, hey, here's a health potion. It's literally like, you need to get faster. Boop, here you go.
Get out of combat now, go.
Exactly. Because they added the effect that the target is not taking damage from your injections, or your allies, I should specifically say. When you're doing those injections on your enemy, you're also doing a little bit of damage on top of it.
Flip side of that coin, when you're trying to get your squishy out of combat by injecting them, you're not making it worse.
Yeah. Here's 5 damage. Now get the
But they're not running away to get away from the combat. They're running away from you.
The other thing that you're going to be getting at first level is your primary field study.
The field study options are endocrinology,
Enzymology,
genetics,
immunology,
neurochemistry,
pharmacology.
toxicology.
One other feature you're going to be getting at first level is the scientific method based off of your key stat you chose determines what actual bonus you get.
If you chose wisdom as your key ability, you're going to get instinctive, which allows you to use wisdom instead of intelligence for physical science and medicine skills,
As well as life science.
as well as life science.
And these are 3 things that are very important to your class, since that's basically how you use your scanner and how you create a lot of things.
Yeah.
Now, if you chose intelligence, you get studious, which allows you to use your intelligence modifier instead of your wisdom for perception checks, sense motive,
And will saves?
will saves.
That's really big.
That's huge. If you chose wisdom as your key stat, you're already going to have a benefit to your will save because that's your key
But
stat.
intelligence doesn't have a saving throw. There isn't the saving throw option weighing down on your choice of whether to go intelligence or wisdom. It's not like a balance thing, it's an incentive thing for players so that they don't feel gypped. I get it. At 2nd level, you start to acquire theorems and you gain a new one every 2nd level. If you're familiar with the Pathfinder Alchemist, theorems are basically formulas. Some of them are things that you can use on yourself to make yourself stronger. Some of them are scanner modifications. Some of them are injection modifications. They're basically the way that you diversify your kit.
At 3rd level, you're going to get Spark of Ingenuity. It's going to give you a bonus to your counter agent or restorative based off of what you have chosen for your scientific method.
If you picked instinctive, you're going to be adding the dazzled condition to your counter agents, or picking one of these to allow your restoratives to remove dazzled, fascinated, or shaken.
Now, if you chose Studious, you're actually going to be able to combine 2 effects onto either a counter agent or a restorative. I think that one's really strong. I think that one's significantly stronger than
Definitely
the other.
more fun, more engaging,
Yeah.
right? It's like the utility class's equivalent of burst damage, burst status effects.
Yeah. With Studious, that's the benefit you get when you get this, and it stays that benefit. While on Instinctive, it actually increases the number of different statuses that you can remove at 9th level.
Yeah, so one of them scales better. At level 19, you're going to get Resolve Analysis, which is going to allow you to gain 1 resolve point whenever you use your Spark of Ingenuity.
At 20th level, its capstone ability is Super Serum. hella strong. So you're going to get another serum that you can make for your injections that do not count against your other serums that you make, and it's got some pretty sick effects.
Like what?
You can inject someone and bring them back to life within no time limit at all. Whenever you want. If they're dead, just inject them and they're back to life.
That's
The other example is it does 17d10 damage.
a lot of damage. Why so many dice?
Yeah,
We
it's-
have footage of us rolling like 40d something in second edition Pathfinder.
40d6s.
40d6s.
Mind you, this is a capstone, so this
Sure,
is
sure,
20th level stuff that you're going to be doing,
Yeah.
which is still crazy.
Yeah.
It's a very, very interesting class as a whole.
And I think it does feel like Alchemist from Pathfinder, but I don't think it is. Like, there's definitely differences here, like mechanical differences and numerical differences that make it a completely different class with a similar kind of foundation, I guess you could say.
It's just this constant like growth of specific abilities, while alchemists is just like, you know how alchemist fire works. You now know how arsenic works. They're just adding more spells,
Yeah.
with the lack of a better word. This is more like, here's a core set of abilities that you can do that is just going to progressively get better over time. You're going to be able to add a couple here and there.
The D&D Warlock of Pathfinder Alchemist.
Yes.
There's actually something else here that I'm suspicious about, but I have absolutely no proof of whatsoever. The Pathfinder playtest ended, in my opinion, a little abruptly. And the thing it ended with was, we're gonna now do like revisions internally and like get stuff out closer to release or at release. I think that they're gonna be maybe taking some of the ideas from these Starfinder tests and incorporating them into Pathfinder.
I hope.
I would not be surprised if the like full release of second edition Pathfinder had some of this key ability stuff in it, because that's really cool. I think the community is going to have a really good reception to that. I think somebody at Paizo is going to be like, hey, we have some of that in Pathfinder and we're not using that mechanic at all. We should maybe do that.
The Starfinder's already out, it's full released, it is got a set of mechanics and it works, and this is just, we want to add to the next supplementary book. Is this something that could work?
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
Check it out if you are down. And if you want to see us make more Starfinder content, don't be afraid to let us know down in the comments. While you're down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we post new content, and then come talk to me on Twitter at CrewQT.
And you can talk to me on Twitter at IndigoQT, or you can talk to both of us at the same time right here at any of the forms of social media we have here, preferably this one over here, which is our Discord. You should definitely do that one.
Yeah, because I don't check the rest of these.
I do.
He does.
I check all of them,
Yeah,
but
he's better at it
I
than I
mean, that one's more fun.
It is.
There's a channel dedicated to things that I love.
Yep. It's also the only thing that's not safe for work on our entire Discord.
Yeah, yeah.
For good reason.
Until next time, we've been Game Gordon. Bye.